Welcome back to another installment of the Entertainment Beyond show. As always, I'm your one and only host, Jensen, the beautiful and majestic motherfucking Dean Jackson, coming to you on this auspiciously chilly Thursday night. I just got back from seeing the latest offering from actor Dave Batista. I almost said David. I don't know why. His name's not David, it's Dave. It's been Dave Batista since I was watching him Batista bomb people on WWE TV when I was like, I don't know, 16, 15 or 16. I've been a huge fan of Dave Batista's work. I followed him from I don't know why they call it this, but the squared circle all the way to the silver screen. God, that's a fucking great fucking title for like a book on his life or something, from squared circle to silver screen, the Dave Batista story. You heard that fucking gem that I just gave away for free. If that shit happens, ends up being the title of a book or anything involving Dave Batista, I want to at least meet the man behind the Batista bomb, the master, the maestro of the Batista bomb, the maestro. So I saw his latest offering. Sorry about my rambling. The Killer's Game, based off a book. This has been a gestating property, I think, the last 2 or 3 years or so. This has been in the pipeline. Um, I would never say this any other time, but I'll definitely shill for Batista. Like I said, I've been a fan of his since he was Deacon Batista. And he was tag teaming with, or playing the heavy for Devon as a wrestler. Anyways, I thought this was an okay film. The one issue that I had with the Killer's Game is that it is overly indulgent in how long it is. There's a scene where they show up at a church where my brain naturally was like, okay, this is the end of the film. Like, this is where everything ties together. And no, that was just another little side quest in the main quest of this film's storyline. I enjoy I enjoy continuing to watch Dave flourish in his acting career. Out of the three wrestlers who have come from the WWE school of acting, as it were, um, and made it to mainstream Hollywood, you've got Dwayne Johnson, John Cena, and Dave Batista. And for my money, pound for pound, like, I don't give a fuck that The Rock is making so much money when I'm talking about the best actor, the best actor from the WWE. It is hands fucking down Dave Batista. John Cena's got the comedy shit on lock. Dave Batista is gonna, I feel like he's destined to win uh, an Oscar someday. He keeps on working at it. He's gonna get the role that gives him the chance to be acknowledged by all of his peers. And I'll be here when that day comes, sitting on the sidelines, telling everybody and their fucking baby goat that I was right about him. There's just something about the guy that he just seems like a good person, but he stars opposite the lovely and talented Miss Sophia Boutella, who I always was like, man, she's a nice looking person, and I don't know, like, the angles or the lighting, whatever they were doing to work their Hollywood magic on this film, they fully captured. She's got a very angular face in her eyes, you know. She's beautiful. She's a beautiful human being, and I don't know if I've gotten jaded, but a lot of the shit that I see in Hollywood fare when they're trying to portray romance and shit like that, it doesn't really work for me. But for some reason, this time they got me. Like, I was fully believing I'm watching, an assassin and a classically trained ballet dancer fall in love. It was beautiful. I enjoyed it thoroughly. Ben Kingsley being in there was fun. That was, I mean, at a certain point, he's Ben Kingsley, and it's weird because I feel like, not to sound like no ageist or be on no ageist type shit or nothing like that, but there was a couple of side profiles during this film where Ben Kingsley is in it, and I'm like, man, if I if I hadn't have known, I would have sworn that was Patrick Stewart. They're both bald white dudes. I'm just saying, you get a side profile, I'm like, oh shit, is that P Stew? Like, oh no, it's Ben Kingsley. My bad. My bad, Benjamin. Speaking of wrestlers as well, there is a wrestler, I think this might be one of his first acting gigs in the wrestling world. He's known as Drew McIntyre. Excuse me. In the wrestling world, he's known as Drew McIntyre. I don't really know what his real name is. Can't wait to watch CM Punk kick his ass at Bad Blood Hell in a Cell, though that's going to be tizzy. I was not expecting him to have as much screen time as he did. And I will say, even though I found the character to be... I mean, he plays a character that, before he dies on the screen, dies in spectacular fashion, by the way, but he plays a character that at one point in the film isn't sure whether or not he shit his pants. Still a decent debut, but yeah, the fuck. But he does have like the best fucking death, where Batista's character Joe Flood utters a line, "Mess with the bull," then he pulls a rope, you get the horns, and then he gets gurneyed right into the horns of an elk or something. It's very, very gruesome kill. Another thing besides the self-indulgent runtime that I wasn't a fan of, all the CGI blood. That really just was like strawberry jam. And I know it's been a thing because I've seen other people talk about it in different films, but this is the first time that I really noticed just like, my God, like they can perfect aging a motherfucker, but they cannot perfect making it look like a motherfucker is bleeding, because the shit just ass. But all in all, still a fairly enjoyable film. You know what I'm saying? Um, I feel like sometimes I should look at my reviews a little bit differently, because I'm not the stereotypical cinema goer. I don't pay, like I've bragged before, I have Regal Unlimited, so I pay $21.99 a month, and I get to watch as many fucking films as I want to. So I would say, if you have a subscription type deal or rewards where it allows you to spend a little bit less money, then go check it out. But if you aren't able to make it in the amount of time that this film is in cinemas, there's nothing wrong with waiting until it hits VOD. It's a perfect VOD rainy night film. Um, as you know, I like to give between 1 and 4 thumbs up here on the show. And for the Killer's Game, I'm going to give it 2.5 thumbs up. As I mentioned, the excessive amount of CGI blood that just looked like strawberry jam, and the self-indulgent, overly long runtime really didn't do this any favors. They could have tourniqueted it and not made it so fucking long. But anyways, there you have it. There's the show. Um, Thank you for anyone who watches, and I'll catch you on the next one with that. Mwah, and good night.